And what I'll do, right. So yes, this is being recorded and I hope everybody is okay with it. And I'm hoping this can be shared as well at the end of the event. Once again, my name is Mama K. Kemi Akiode Adebayo. I'm the CEO Executive Director for Bold Moves Africa. And this event is being organized by the Leading Women of Africa, which is run and was founded by Madam Madeleine Nkunu. And we're going to hear from her very shortly. But before we do that, I've been checking how everybody's doing. If you've just joined us, please let us know how you're doing in the chat room. This is supposed to be a relaxed one for us to celebrate, to connect, to reflect. That's the theme for today. So there's going to be dancing at the end. Please don't go away because it's going to be fun. Trust me, it's going to be a good way to start the weekend. Just fun dancing, nothing serious, because I know I get carried away when I'm dancing. I can see Rabia nodding already. So I hope you're ready to join in some moves or whatever else we want to do. So the agenda is really a short one. So we're going to have prayer for 2022 by Dr. Nelly. And then if we could, because we're trying as much as possible to accommodate each other in terms of our faith. And this is about believing in God. So if there's anyone, we had a Muslim person who was supposed to lead us in prayer as well, but sadly couldn't make it. So I don't know if there's anyone that can do that for us. Please feel free to let me know and we will, hear you pray, alongside for us. Then we're going to have the opening remark by Madeleine Nkunu. And then we're going to have a keynote address on keeping with our own goals by the former Speaker of the South African National Assembly, my own very sister from another mother, Sis Gwen Malangu. And she's going to talk to us, a little bit about, how we can keep up with our own goals. Then we're going to have words of encouragement by the Dean of the IEDC School of Management in Slovenia, Professor Danica. And I'm not sure whether she has joined us yet. So she's just going to give us a brief word of encouragement, to start the year 2022. We all know how 2021 was for most of us. And we're hoping that 2022 has already really started well. COVID or no COVID, we're slowly getting back into it. Then we're going to have a presentation of certificates to a few people that we feel, not that everybody does not deserve a certificate, believe me, everybody here attending today deserves a certificate of appreciation. However, we just felt these people have got beyond the call of duty in terms of what they're doing, and we would like them to just share a word of encouragement to the others when they presented the certificate. And then to end, we will have a closing remark by Madam Nkunu again, and then it will be party time. So don't go away. It will be fun, fun, fun. So welcome everybody again. Thank you, Madam Johnson. Hello, everybody. And thank you for joining, the meeting again. And I'm so glad to have everybody on board. So if I could invite our dear sister, Dr. Nelly Kangwa, all the way from Zambia, if she could help us start with an opening prayer and prayer for 2022 itself. And, if you're a person of no faith or faith, please just allow us and indulge us during this time. So Dr. Nelly, when you're ready, please unmute yourself. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Sorry, I won't come on video just now. I'm just about to get into my gate. I was driving, so may I just pray without coming on video? That's fine.
Perfect.
Okay. Shall we pray?
Yes.
Father, in the name of Jesus, we want to thank you, Heavenly Father. We bless your name this time. We thank you, dear Lord, for your faithfulness and your goodness. We thank you, mighty Father, for this opportunity that you allowed us to gather today, Heavenly Father, from different countries with one voice. We honor your name, Heavenly Father, for the way you've carried us through last year up to this year. And the many things that are happening, some of the things are good, some of them are heartbreaking. Father, we pray that, Lord Jehovah, you shall be with our friends in Ukraine. Father God of Master, you shall bless bless, Father God, oh Master, the people. You shall protect them, oh God, in the mighty name of Jesus. Father, I pray that you shall comfort the families that have lost their beloved ones. Dear Lord, as we gather today, may your will, Father God, be established in the name that is above all names. Father, we pray with thanksgiving in our hearts. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Dr. Nelly. We really appreciate that. Can I, ask if there's anybody here who wants to lead us in prayer the Muslim way? We would definitely oblige. I don't know if there's anyone. I don't want to call anyone in particular, just in case. But we did have someone that was supposed to lead, but sadly couldn't be available for tonight. So if there's anyone, who can lead us in prayer, we would appreciate it. If not, we will move on, or we can do a closing prayer. Just let me know, in the course of what we're doing, if you feel comfortable to lead us in prayer. We're, people of faith, and we believe, God is the lead person, that allows us to do all this. But if you are a person of no faith, we're still, hoping that you will allow us and indulge us, with the prayer. Thank you for the powerful prayer, Dr. Nelly. We really appreciate you for that. So can I now invite Madam Nkunu, who is the LWA, Leading Women of Africa president, founder, CEO, and everything else that she does with such an amazing organization. She's going to just say a few words, in terms of opening remarks, or a long one. I don't know whether it's a few or long, whichever way. Please go ahead, Madam Nkunu.
Thank you so much. It will definitely be a few words. I would like to welcome really everyone that has honored our invitation to gather together, to connect, to really just be there for one another. As it was mentioned earlier on, 2020, 2021, were one or a few of the most difficult years for many of us, and I would say really many. I think everybody felt the pinch of those 2 years. And I think many are still praying that those 2 years actually never existed. And we wish that we could actually erase them from our past if it was possible. So now as we enter 2021, and this is our first, 2022, and this is our first session of The Future is Female. We continue with this theme because we continue to believe that definitely the global future is female. And the more we continue to remind ourselves that we need to be at the center of development, that is where we get our encouragement, we get our motivation to say that a luta continua. So as we start this new year, first we wanted to reflect in the past. So we wanted to reflect 2020, 2021, and all the support that we got, and all the contribution that we got. I think in 2021, we focus on how do we see more women actually represented in the mainstream economy, whether in politics, whether in corporate, whether in entrepreneurship. We want to see more women emerge, and there were kind of strategies that were coming, from different speakers on how we could really continue to forge, we could continue to arise, to emerge, because as we know it, development is not something that will happen in isolation. It's not something that will happen with when the majority of people who are represented by women are left behind. It's all of us, men and women, to hold our hands and to basically ensure a better future for our homes, for our cities, for our countries, for our continent, and for our world. So the Future is Female of 2022 series, we will continue actually to advocate or to share strategies on how we can basically ensure that women continue to emerge in various sectors of the society, in various spheres of life, whether in politics, whether in business or in corporate. We want to see that women representation is increased, and that will require collaboration. So across the world, we need as women to come together. Now, I'm actually pleased that even Ukraine was mentioned here. You know, it's actually all of us. When one sister is hurt, when one sister is in crisis, it's actually all of us holding hands and say we support our sisters, we support the families, the brothers that are there. And even Russia, I mean, we pray for the world. And who can bring peace to the world if not a woman? And I sincerely believe we have a major role to play in this world as we enter this new era. I know COVID is almost toward the end, so it's a new era. We don't know how the world will look like, but the way it's looking like, it's not going to be the same as the world that we know in the past. So whatever the color of the world moving forward, it will require us to collaborate as women, to continue to hold our hands so we can build a better future for ourselves, for our families, and for our children. Mama K, over to you as you lead us to the rest of the program.
Thank you so much. Wow, what a powerful opening remark there. Just being reminded that, yes, we need to collaborate more. And I believe a lot of that is already going, and we need to hold each other's hands more. And I think that is the key for all of us for 2022. I had my sister Rabia. I was going to actually call her as well, but I thought, let me not be too forward to ask her to help say a prayer, you know, in terms of the Muslim faith. So Rabia, please, can you lead us, you know, with a prayer for 2022 and for the event today as well. Thank you for volunteering to do that.
Thank you so much, Mama K. And I just want to pray that God, you send us to this beautiful world, and so we can live our life. I just pray to you that align ourselves with that purpose, so we can lead our lives and live our life according to that plan that you already set for us. And I wish that the war, the Ukraine and the Russian war, I prayed today in my prayer as well. I am praying again that it will be ended, and people and the leaders should know that war is not the solution. It is actually a peaceful mind and an intellect mind and peaceful heart that knows that how to resolve the issues. So I am hopeful that God blesses this word, a better a people with better understanding, that they can prevail peace with their actions. This is my prayer, and this is my prayer that I really appreciate the leading women of Africa doing a great work for collaborating and for bringing all the ladies from all around the globe together. It will be strengthened, and everyone realize that in today's world, when the connectivity is easy, global connectivity is more easier, so we can connect, collaborate together more. So thank you so much for inviting me here, Ma'am Madeline, and thank you so much, Mama K, for giving me a chance. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ameen.
Thank you so much. Ameen. Thank you so much. Yes, war is not necessarily the solution. And, you know, like Madeline said, we're all in this, you know, Russia and Ukraine. We pray it does not extend, you know, out of that, and things, you know, ceasefire and everything, they'll be able to resolve the conflict very, very soon. Because at the end of the day, women, children, men as well are the people who become the casualties. So thank you for those powerful prayers, Dr. Nelly, and my dear sister Rabia. We really appreciate you. And thank you for those powerful, strong words and reminders, you know, reminding us about last year, you know, of some of the programs we had and the important discussions we had about women representation in politics, in business, and already we know there's a lot, happening, to take that forward. Now we're going to hear from my dear sister, like I said, from another mother, Sis Gwen. She's my big sister, so I cannot dare call her Gwen. That's just me. It's the culture I grew up in. So, so she's my big sister, Sis Gwen, and she was the former speaker of the South African National Assembly. And not only that, she was a minister as well for public works. She runs her own foundation now. She does a lot of work for women and children in a community with her husband, family, and a lot of other people. So she's going to share, address us on keeping with own goals. But what I would like you to do, Sis Gwen, is maybe at the beginning, if you just tell us a little bit about yourself before you go into, your specific address that you want to give us. Thank you, ma'am. And please, may I remind everybody to mute yourself unless you've been asked to unmute. Thank you so much. God bless. Okay, Sis Gwen, thank you.
Good evening, and thank you for those kind remarks. Indeed, we had a lovely time at the beginning of democracy in South Africa, where yourself and a number of women kept on giving us strength for the new positions that we had, because without the assistance from other sisters, we would never be able to make it. And that reminds me, I need to say some few things about myself. That I remember when I was chosen in '94 to represent the ANC in Parliament, I received a delegation of women from the university. That time it used to be called Medunsa, and researchers and speech writers, all different portfolios you could think of. And they said, you come from our area and we need you to shine because we are here. We can do a number of things for you. And I found that quite a women's, no woman should fail because we're here. And that is actually what is missing in this topic that we're discussing today, that with so many women who have achieved, why are we still having problems? Because we should just be extending our hand, and then big sister holds my hand. She has been there before. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. If I took a path which was not a good path, Mama K should not be getting in there, because I've been there. I should be able to say, no, this one you don't use. But anyway, my small background, I never planned to be in politics. My strong part has always been in the church and advocacy for women all over wherever I was. And this 1976, when a lot of things changed in South Africa, I was a university student. And I had to react like senior students in the country would do. I then decided I need to get into the structures of democracy, start working so that by the time the ANC is unbent, it finds us all working fine. That is a story that can take a day of its own, because I had a number of people, like especially my mother, who could not understand why I want to abandon this good path that I'm going, and I'm going to be killed, because that is what was happening in those days. Long story short, I became very active, especially in the Women's League, and most of you know that I became very close to Mama Winnie Mandela, and in no time I served in the cabinet of the Women's League, and through that, my work was recognized by the people who recognized work, and then I was called in to serve in '94. And I usually say, women, at times, when we mention our achievements, we're not bragging to other people, we're saying it can be done. And whenever I say to people, a position, there are only two positions that I did not occupy in government, and that was being deputy president and being president. But all others that were there, from being chief whip, from being whip of parliament, chairperson of a committee, deputy speaker, speaker, minister, deputy minister, I have been there, and it is not because of me. It was because of the women, and I still want to mention people like Frini Chinwala, women who were always there to say, I encourage you to take the next step. I encourage you to do this and that. I remember I traveled with Frini Chinwala to Switzerland. We were going to represent the South African Parliament. And when I was there, a number of MPs from Nigeria, Malawi, especially from Africa, decided that I should go and represent the African continent on one big structure. So I went to Madam Ginola running because I expected her to say, no, you are too junior to take this position. What she did, because she was limping at the time, she took her stick and said, I am going to the hall to endorse that you have to be elected. I was so disappointed because I wanted to be released from this big opportunity. But ever since then, I have always been encouraged by other women. That is why I'm saying the future has always been female. Where did we go wrong? What did we do to keep on going backwards? Why can't they? I mean, I think now I see about 2 or 3 of us who are former members of parliament. Why can't we be a resource for the new people who are coming into parliament who do not know what to do? You know, we struggled in 1994. I mean, you would know that before we came in, there was only one woman who was part of parliament, that was Helen Suzman. So already we had ablution problems because we all had to queue at this place that was a convenience for it. So fortunately, the democracy then introduced representation from other races, representation from people from different strata of our country. And that is how we can, now tell me when my time has expired, because now I'm jumping all over. But to go and answer why we're discussing this issue today, we have always been ready as women. We are faced with challenges. When a woman is being challenged, in most cases, most of us get into our comfort zones. We don't want to be counted. Some of you will remember what happened in South Africa during the JSE interviews. If women, after the things that were said to the judge, if women stood up and said, what kind of a question are you asking her? Is the judiciary ready for a woman? We didn't, because it's comfortable to keep quiet. And yet, if we spoke in our great numbers, no other woman would be getting those kind of comments anymore. Anyway, distinguished guests, because I think most of you are distinguished here, I just want to say I greet you all. I have been put in a place where normally I need 30 minutes to speak about my history. I come from a semi-rural place in Ga-Rankuwa, Pretoria, where I was brought up for a best part by my mother, because my father passed on early. Both my parents were teachers, but teachers in those days were treated like even domestics because they were not earning anything. So I have a very poor background that has put me where I am. We remember the slogan, "The future is female." It has always been an invitation to imagine a future where gender equality is a reality. We should not be looking at the future from a gender perspective. We should maybe be looking at a future that is gender neutral. But because we have myths that a woman cannot do this or cannot achieve that other thing, and we have stereotypes, we have to have this engagement more and more and tell people that we are ready. We have our sisters who were ready long before us. I was looking at female inventors. I could only count 3 or 4 of them. But we have Shirley Jackson, the first Black woman to graduate with a PhD from Massachusetts Institute. She was inducted into the Women in Technology International Foundation Hall of Fame in June 2000. If we are not going to get their stories and tell their stories, nobody is going to know about them. If we're not going to encourage our children at school to read about them, to know that women with less technology, with less sophistication, managed to do certain things. Grace Hopper, she ranks amongst the computer programming pioneers of all time. She developed an interest in computer science when programs were still using numerical codes. Where are we today? Far advanced. Here at home, we had Charlotte Manya Mateke, who was the first African woman to complete a Bachelor of Science degree at Wilberforce. She was a threat to many men. It is even in some of her documentation, but she stood firm for the rights of women and for the rights of society, in particular children. To mention others, Dr. Maya Angelou, Helen Suzman, Winnie Mandela, Mrs. Salif, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, all these women and many others that we cannot mention today have done so much. Ours was just to follow on that and make sure that we become very jealous about their achievements, and we make sure that nobody should go without information about them. Call them, speak to them. Some of them are still alive. Invite them, let them tell their stories. You know, I usually mention an old lady in Soweto who was part of the 1956 march. She's available. She always says, please, my children, come and hear the stories. Come and take the documents so that you can teach the younger generation. I'm going to cut a number of things because some of the things have already been mentioned. According to the National Policy Framework for Women's Empowerment and gender equality refers to a situation where women and men have equal conditions for realizing their full human rights and potential. We do get at times people who do say that, but they don't operationalize it. And I was very happy when I read from one of the publications about Oliver Tambo, that he would never say, let there be female comrades in the structures. He would go out of his way to make sure that they are appointed and they are assisted to achieve their goals. So there is a long list of brave, trailblazing women. Like Madeleine. I was with Madeleine during when the leading women of Africa was still very young and her birth child. And she had dreams that I never thought she would achieve. But I see her every day in life moving from one strength to another. And because some of us saw the leadership in her and we said, we're going to hold this woman's hand. We're going to be better people because we have her and we have the LWA to rely on. So we are not lacking pioneers, we're not lacking role models. We have much more of them. We still have some of the people who marched in 1956, the 20,000 women, some of them are still alive. And instead of getting and archiving all those profiles for future generations, we don't want to do that. And I don't want to believe that it's because men are oppressing us. We are where we are today because a lot of legislation that was oppressive towards women has long been removed. Women just have to show up, stand up, and want to be counted. It's not comfortable, but do it. People should know that I cannot take advantage of women in this area because there is Gwen, because there is Kim. They should know that they cannot. But the way forward, I think I'm closing now. It's not a road we take. The way forward is the road women make. Forged forth by a future that is female. There's nothing wrong in that. And feminine. When we look at femininity, we find that we are peaceful, we are good negotiators, we always want to move away from war and bring peace. So if a lot of strength is given to us, the world can be a peaceful place. The future is really feminine. The future is female. And today we have more resources and advanced technology. We just need to avail ourselves, show up again, stand up, and be counted. And one of the greatest things that we need to do as we celebrate where we come from and as we connect is that we need to put more emphasis on connectedness. I mean, I'm attending this first conference of the year, but the connectedness is so great that I'm speaking not to South Africans, I'm speaking to women from across the world. So if we continue, this Madeleine, by bringing these women together, I know I've seen you do a lot of great work. We can take this world forward. Today, we have more resources and advanced technology. We have no excuse. Much as the pandemic brought a lot of hardships, it also brought skills. We knew how to run families and even businesses from home. And that technology and skill cannot escape us, it is still there. We thank LWA for organizing this roundtable. Together, we can go further. Malibongo igama lamakhosikazi. Malibongo.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a powerful keynote address from our dear sister, comrade, grandmother, wife. She wears so many hats, and you heard her there. I was just even focusing on one or two things within, the parliament that she had done, but she's been everywhere, within the parliament. And like she said, she didn't really plan to join politics. She was actually more active, in the church. And politics, I believe, found her. And she made a great name, for herself. And she's learned, from the people before her, like she said, and she's still raising up the generation. And, I know Madam Madeleine will sum up all this at the end. But for me, there was a lot of things that stood out, there for me. And especially, when you said, we women, we just need to show up. We need to show up like most of you are showing up here. We need to stand up, when we need to stand up, to address, issues that we shouldn't close our eyes to. In South Africa, there's a high level of gender-based violence, and it is our women, as well still flying the flag, to say, no, enough is enough. Although we have our men supporting us, and all over the world, in Nigeria, in Pakistan, in India, everywhere. So yes, we need to show up, we need to stand up to be counted. Thank you all for all those that are here today who are standing up and showing up to be counted, and that, yes, like she said, more emphasis needs to be placed on us connecting. Not just talking about it. Yes, we talk about, we'll connect. And I'm guilty, I have to be honest, because life happens, where I'm like, oh, I see somebody here today, and I'm like, I need to connect with that person, this person, but we need to be intentional about connecting more, in 2022. We cannot afford this to carry on for the generation to come of our women and our girls. So thank you, Sister Gwen, for what you're doing. I commend you, I recognize you, I celebrate you, and I thank you. And I pray, that God will continue to lift you. All the seed that you've sown through Madeleine and a lot of other women that you've been raising like that, myself included, trust me, it is germinating in various ways. So even if we don't tell you often, thank you for all you do and for what you're doing and for what you continue to do. Thank you so much. Let me now, there's a lot of message chat because I want to involve everybody. There's a lot of people. Please remember to mute yourself, Madam Teleswe. Mute yourself, please. Or Madeleine, please mute her. So we've had a lot of things in the chat room, from women or men, alike, who are saying a lot about what you've said, says Gwen. So I'll just quickly go through a few. The future is female. Yes, we don't want to leave our comfort zone. That's a great inspiration, Mama Gwen. Rabia went, wow. Nelly, yes, that is common now, what is happening. Then Ms. Johnson, we are ready with a strong mindset and support for our fellow women. Then we had Tessa Taylor saying, thank you, Gwen. a truly inspirational talk. Ellen, you hit the nail on the head. Together as females, and especially with supporting each other, we can achieve anything we put our minds to. Winnie too said, wow. Thank you, Sis Gwen. Vicky said, thank you. Winnie said, wow, united, we can look together. Rabia said she wants to share something. Okay, I'll get you to do that, but we'll get you to do that very shortly. Then bravo, together we can make well said, women of substance, Madam Gwen. Wow, I am so happy what Madam Gwen has shared. I really appreciate that. Wow, thank you. Before we call on the next speaker, who is just going to say a few words of encouragement to us all, I just want to ask if anybody has any question or wants to say anything to Sis Gwen. I know Rabia said already, so I'll maybe call you first, but if you want to, please, if you just show with indicating, with the hand thing, if you know how to. If not, just write in the chat room that you would like to say something, just, based on what Sis Gwen has said, either to encourage her or to ask a question. We will take about 3 or so because I need to watch the time. So Rabia, if I get you to unmute yourself and then just follow on your 3 points, and then after the question, we will go hear from the Dean of IEDC, who will give us some words of encouragement as well. So can I quickly have Rabia? Thank you. If you unmute yourself.
Yeah, sure, I'm here. Yeah. So firstly, I just want to, hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Madam Madeline, for starting this beautiful initiative and giving a chance to all the ladies from all the globe to connect and to share the words on the future is female. As Miss, if I pronounce correct, Miss Goy.
Gwen, yes, that's fine.
Oh, yeah. Goy. Yeah, the beautiful words that she said, that like if you know that you should stand up, you should break the myths, stereotypes, and then stand up and want to be counted, and if you want to be counted, because women are better negotiators. I really appreciate that you come up and you say some incredibles to us, as you are the a beacon of light for all of us, to present your voice and all the women voice of Africa in the assembly, in your Senate and in your parliament. I don't know what all the parliament you say there, but here in the speakers of the National Assembly say in the parliament. So I really appreciate, and I really happy that I listened from you. So on this topic, I just have 3 points, and as Miss Mama K introduced me, that I am also the founder and the CEO of the Leading Women of the World, Pakistan. And while sitting here in Pakistan, and people less know about my country and the women here and how we are doing the work here. So this is a great chance that I connect to you and represent myself and my country among you more experienced and honorable speakers. So my vision also, to become #1 among the most influential women. And this vision didn't come in my mind. If I think that if you know that, rather you build your dream or you have your dream, you have to understand that you as a woman, you have a high self-esteem. If you know your values and you know yourself, then you can see something bigger than you, and you can chase it, and you can go for it, and you can achieve that. And first, you have to trust and believe in yourself. When you trust yourself, when you believe yourself, all the circumstances, all the world just help you to do that. Otherwise, I am telling you my story. I belong to Pakistan, sitting here in Multan, the city of Saint, which is considered world. I am thankful to the technology, but I am thankful that I listen to my voice, that there is something big for me. I am listen to all the women. I am thankful to all the women who listen their voices and stand up for themselves, stand up for their dreams. They know that they should be they should be counted. Their efforts should be counted. They are more than the society and the world told them. So I just want to share the 3 points with all of you. And I will end up with the point that I love the most, the poem of Maya Angelou. So firstly, that I want to tell you the 3 points that I implement in my life, and and that is high self-esteem. You have to understand that as a girl, you have as a woman, as a lady, you have more power, and you have you didn't realize it, but you have to understand that all the ladies who are more experienced and honorable to me, they realize their powers. They are doing their best in their communities. But through this channel or through this Facebook Live, or wherever you are, and you are young and you're listening to me, I just want to say to you that you have your self-esteem. You should realize that you know yourself, and you know your worth, that you can bring a big change in the society, in the nation. And now, as Mama Goy said, that technology is on our hands, and if we make any excuse, and that is our excuse, I think the resources we have, we all have the similar resources, and we can use it, and we can raise our voice through that. And the last point, you have to speak up. If you have confidence, if you know that what you are doing, just speak up. And I think that if you do that, you can come up and you can show the world that this work is doing the world. You can rock the world with your confidence. And I want to end up with the poem of Maya Angelou. And I love that. She's a person that I really admire her. I know about her in 2013 when I was searching some of the poems of Rumi, and then I come across to Maya Angelou. And then when I start reading her poems and her story, she become my part. I think that I see myself in her, and every woman can see herself in her, the beauty and the poiseness that she has. So I want to end up with the poem Phenomenal Woman. So pretty woman, wonder where my secret lies. I am not cute or built to suit a fashion model size. But when start to tell you, but when start to tell them, they think that I am telling lies. I say, it's in the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curl of my lip. I am woman, phenomenal woman. That's me. So I think that these are the words. If you some believe on it, that where it comes, what kind of intellectual, create that, then and you can connect with it, you can, I think, show up and share your voice anywhere. So I just want to say thank you so much, Madam Madeline, for doing such a great work in Africa. And I'm hopeful that in future you do more of activities like this, and we all have a great chance to speak up and
Okay, thank you so much, my dear sister Ravia. Wow, that was some detailed points, you had there. And the poem there, interestingly, we were supposed to have a young girl who was supposed to recite a poem for us, as part of the activities of the day. So you see how God works? Just God made sure we had somebody to recite the poem. So yes, the poem by Maya Angelou, which, like you said, we all have a little bit of her in all of us as women. The Phenomenal Woman, what a powerful one. And thank you for summarizing in that way, believing in yourself, sharing your story, standing up for a dream, the high self-esteem, know your worth. That is really important. And the fact that, yes, we need to speak up. I'm going to go on to the next speaker. who is going to share a few words of encouragement with us. And if anybody still, wants to say anything as well, please, let me know. We will try as much as possible to accommodate as many people as we can. Remember, this is about you, although we've got the presentation at some point after this. So thank you, for that, Rabia. That was really powerful. And it's good to hear, a little bit about what you are doing, in Pakistan. No. So Madeleine, we need to bring her back. We need to hear more, of what is happening. And that's what technology has allowed us, to be able to do. So for those just joining us on Facebook, on YouTube, wherever you're joining here on Zoom, thank you and you're welcome. Please feel free to use the chat room or to, message us as well on Facebook. If you have any questions, if you want to network, if you have anything, or just to even comment to say thank you to some of these women who are doing extraordinary things. So let me now move on to another woman. This is us coming from South Africa. We've been to Pakistan now. Now we're going to go to Slovenia, another beautiful place I would love to visit one day. So we're going to be blessed with a powerful woman who is the Dean of the IEDC School of Management in Slovenia. She's Professor Danica, and she's just going to give us a few words of encouragement, here. So Professor Danica, please tell us just a little bit as well about yourself when you start, before the word of encouragement that you're going to give to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and best regards and greetings to everybody. I don't think that you need too much encouragement because you are fantastic, courageous, great ladies, and also beautiful, I'm so impressed by looking at you and listening to you. I think that in the life, one has to have a lot of courage, not only in your country, but also in mine. And I had the courage 35 years ago, when I was a young faculty at a university. I decided to make a first management school in all Eastern Central Europe. And this was in the time, Slovenia was a part of Yugoslavia. And in that time, Yugoslavia was considered as quite an open country in comparison with Russia and others. And, I was, of course, wanting to make a real management school, but the word management was not allowed. I can't say really forbidden or not allowed, but it was not well regarded. So I gave a name, IEDC, International Executive Development Center. And that's why people are asking me, what is that IEDC? Because we are Bled School of Management after we moved and built the school. What I would like to tell you is that I had a chance to meet Madeleine. I say Madeleine. Perhaps you pronounce it differently. I met her quite some years ago in Cape Town, where we have alumni club of our students, School of Management. So we have the club also there. And then I invited her to the school in our place, and she made MBA in our school. And I hope that more of you will come. I shall be very happy to receive you. And so, what I wanted to tell you is that this courage, in a certain period you need courage, but in a certain period you need other qualities more, like energy you always need, trust, you need network. And if one day Madeleine decide that it would be interesting for you to give a lecture on networking, I would be happy to give a lecture of 1 hour, 40 minutes to you, because I think that networking, and it's exactly what you are doing now, but to realize more, what is really bringing, and especially for women, because men are all one big network, but women are missing that. And so I came as a president of management school here, and then I said to myself, what do I miss the most? I miss team building, team building skills. I missed time management skills. you know, how to decide what is priority. We have big problems, managers, with that, you know, in academia or in business. And of course, networking, especially for women. And I would like to say that one day, when you see that your network is too narrow for you, that it's not good enough, that it doesn't offer you enough information, enough self-satisfaction, self-confidence and trust and all that, just choose another one or create your own one. And the next on creating. And I think that Madeleine made a big thing by creating this wonderful network of women from all over the world. And as I said, you can count on me. And whenever you would like me to give you a lecture or that I am, you know, on skills, there I'm strong. And if you would like to have something else, you know, to another lecture, but I'm sure you have this enough in Africa too and all over. But, you know, some special things like networking, etc., and time management, that is something what I would like to share with you in the future. So good luck, all the best, be strong, you know, don't give up, never up. And I look forward to meeting you somewhere, sometime again. Thank you very much and good luck.
Thank you so much for that brief, concise, but to the point. Still words of encouragement. We need it. Believe me, we all need it. And I like the fact, you know, that you're even volunteering, you know, now to say you can help us, you know, with how to improve ourselves more on networking, because I don't think we can never go wrong with that. Team building, time management, because like you said, people in management or people who wear different hats, we really struggle. I will confess, I struggle with time management. So I will benefit from that. So Madam Madeleine, we want to see Professor Danica back, you know, to have that, you know, talk, you know, a session with us to just share with us, you know, solutions or tips or what we can do more, you know, to help with networking, to think time management, you know, and so on. I liked what you said there, creating your own network. That is so crucial.
Yes.
You know, the bird, I mean, the world is so big, you know, now, although technology has made it so small. So yes, even within your small community, why not? And if not, have more courage, continue to, you know, develop yourself more, you know, and so on. And do you do PhD over there, Professor Danica?
Yes.
I'm on my MBA already, so maybe I could come. I've been trying to do a PhD for forever.
We have DBA, Doctor of
DBA,
Business
okay.
Administration, more practice oriented. Yes.
Awesome. So I encourage any women or anybody out there, go and do your MBA, go and try out the worlds, your degree, and you know, and so on. That was interesting, you know, the fact what you said, you were not allowed to use the word management, you know, in those days. Wow. But trust we women, you found another way around it. You didn't give up. So you decided, you know what? Okay, I'm not going to use the word management. We call it IEDC.
Yes.
There you go.
That's a story.
So, well done. This just shows how women, you know, sorry for our men who are here. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but we women, we think outside the box and even throw the box away most of the time. So kudos to you for doing that. Thank you, Professor Danica. And if anybody has question or anything, please share it in the chat room on the Facebook page. We've had Mr. Will Zondo saying, hi, Danica, great to see you. I guess this is an old person that knows you. Powerful again, Professor Danica from Mazuva. Thank you, you know, for letting, you know, our speakers know that they're doing well. So now, we're now going to go on to where we want to really celebrate everybody. So this is now we're going into the relaxed bit of, you know, who and where we are for today's event. So it's about connecting, it's about networking, it's about reflecting, you know, as well, and celebrating. I love celebrating. Those who know me know that. So anything, just call me, we come and celebrate. So yes, we want to celebrate some people that's leading women of Africa have been partners, have supported their journey, their life story up till now. I've been there for them through thick and thin and everything else. Or are planning to even if you're not doing as much. Because you might go, oh, maybe I didn't even do anything. But well, we're putting you on the spot to let you know that, well, the plan is if you were not doing anything before with LWA, you now need to do something more. So there were 20 people who were selected, just to appreciate, and, we're going to be giving the certificate of appreciation, here, which you can print in your own comfort and, laminate, put on a frame, whatever you want to do with it. So we will send it to you, but we picked, a few people, 20, like I said earlier on, for those who missed it, we're all special. I believe I'm special. I'm not getting an award today, but I know that Madam Madeline still knows I'm special. So even if you don't get an award or certificate today, be assured that you are a special person. That I know it's like, oh, why? Why wasn't I picked? And so on. No. And the other thing is your time is coming. So just maybe there's a queue for it. So your time is coming. And it's not just about the paper, This is really deep appreciation that has gone behind this to say we are appreciative of all you people that have been nominated. Some people are not here today with us. We'll focus on the ones that are here. I believe we have about 12, out of the 20 that are here. If I don't call your name, please let me know, so that we can recognize you. But what I'll do is I'll quickly go through, and you have a minute, just a minute, so that we can give everybody, an opportunity. So if I call your name, and we will give you do the presentation of the certificate, we just need you to share. I know we're saying words of encouragement, but we all do need encouragement. Or anything you want to share, just share it for a minute. Please don't be like me that can talk for the world. So just, share. Just share 1 minute, if of your time, whatever you want to share, it's fine. We won't hold you up to anything you want to say. If you feel like saying a poem under 1 minute, then fine. If you feel like dancing, or if you feel like whatever you want to do, please do go ahead. And in no particular order, we're going to call out and recognize these amazing people who are doing so much, or who have done a lot and still doing so much, in their line of work and what they do, whether it be about empowering women, young people, children, everything else. Politics, making sure politics, is known and goes around, business, just different areas of work. So I'll start with our dear sister from Pakistan, Rabia Nasser Mahmood. Forgive me if I don't pronounce your name well. I'm still learning. So that is your certificate. Please, a round of applause. A round of applause for Madam Rabia for all that she's doing. So Madam Rabia, do you want to say anything under a minute? Please mute yourself, Ngandu. I need you to mute yourself, or we will mute you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. It was unexpected for me, but I really appreciate this, Madam Madeline, recognize my work and give it an appreciation. I really feel honored for giving it to me, and thank you so much. That Leading Women of Africa is doing a great work, and I am feeling so honored. Thank you so much for recognizing my work. Thank
you. So we will call up next our dear sister who we just heard from as well, Sis Gwen Malango. She's the former Speaker of the South African National Assembly. We celebrate you, ma'am. Well done, for all you're doing. And this certificate is to appreciate you. And on the certificate, it says the same for everybody for your contribution and support towards women empowerment strategies in 2021. And I'm sure even before 2021, and the one you're going to do in 2022. So, Ms. Gwen, do you want to say anything?
I am so touched. Thank you so much. I am in the middle of organizing International Women's Day for next week on the 8th of March. And at times you feel like this energy that is in this room should have been there. You know, let the women understand why the United Nations said this year, break the bias. Because some of the things that are related to our topic now is the bias. That when people see you and you have all the capability of doing something, because you are female, you are not given the opportunity. Thank you so much. I am going to walk tall. Next time we have a Zoom meeting, you'll be seeing the certificate behind me here, because that is where it belongs. Thank you so much, and God bless.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. Reminder, please mute yourself. Tanzania, I need you to mute yourself, please. Unless you're called, we need you to mute, please. Thank you so much. Now, the next person we're going to be giving an award to is Professor Danica Pearl, who is the president of the IEDC in Slovenia. Professor Danica, do you want to say anything or mute yourself?
Yeah, thank you very, very much. I feel humble, honored, happy. This is absolutely great. And as I said already before, I'm proud knowing this great company of women. And I hope to be a little part of your success in the near future. And thank you, and Madeleine, special regards. And thank you very much for this kind attention.
I like that. Yeah, to be a little part of the success in the near future. And like she's going to say, breaking the bias. Thank you all very much, all women of strength and power. So the next person, like I said, in not any particular order, this is being called Caroline Poncelet. She's the President National of Novell Chamber of Commerce. She's from the DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo. Caroline, are you in the room? If you are, please unmute yourself. Okay, maybe Caroline is not. We can always come back to her, but we know she did say she'll be here. We will go on to the next awardee, and we've got Sherilyn Dudley, former Member of Parliament in South Africa between June 1999 to May 2019. She's the author of Through My Eyes, Life, Politics and Religion. She is based in South Africa. Another MP, women doing powerful things in our parliament in South Africa. Are you here, Madam Dudley? If you could unmute yourself.
She's stuck somewhere where she has no connection.
Oh, okay, she has no connection. Okay, so we'll move on.
Hello.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Hello, everybody. Hello. I just don't know why it's so difficult to log into these events.
Oh, so sorry about that. We look into that.
It's been extremely difficult. I tried. It kept telling me it was the ID or whatever was invalid.
Oh, so sorry about that. We'll make sure for next time we avoid that. Thank you, Madam Doris. Thank you. We'll look into that to avoid that. Okay, thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, we'll go on next to apologies for anyone that's had problem logging in or registering. We will try and make sure it's more user-friendly for next time. I was able to log in okay, so I don't know from my end, but maybe it depends on where you're logging in from. So apologies once again to anyone that had difficulty logging in, but you're welcome. Thank you for joining us. We've had a keynote address from Madam Gwen, who was the former Speaker of the South African National Assembly. And we had a word of encouragement as well from Professor Danica from Slovenia. Thank you, for joining us. So, right, okay, somebody else is saying, Annie is saying I was getting the same message. Sorry, Annie, about that. We will try and make sure we get all this technical, with the best technical background as well. Sometimes it can fail. So we will keep working on ourselves. We're sorry about that. So let me now invite Madam Dudley was not here. Dr. Okay, she's stuck somewhere. So now another powerful woman who, wow, I have a lot of respect for her, even though I haven't met her. And I'm looking forward to going to Zambia to meet her. Dr. Nelly Kangwa. She is a social business and personal transformation specialist. She's the CEO and principal consultant for Project Life Design Limited. Thank you, Dr. Nelly. And you, I'm sure you're here because you've invited a few people here. So can I get you to unmute yourself and just say something, anything you want to share with us? Well done for all you're doing. Dr. Nelly? Okay, let me move on. Maybe Dr. Nelly too has network issues. So let me move on. We can always come back to them. Then we've got Dr. Onalena Selowani. I hope I pronounced it well or didn't pronounce it too bad. From Botswana, she's an academician. Are you here, Dr. Ona?
I'm here. I'm
So
here.
lovely to see you, ma'am. You're welcome, ma'am. Congratulations. We celebrate you. Thank you for all you're doing in Botswana, all over Africa or the world, wherever you're doing all your work with empowering women. Well done. We celebrate you, ma'am. Do you have any word for us?
No, just that I'm truly humbled because when you work particularly with the upliftment of women, it's very much part of our DNA professionally and socially, that you don't even stop to think that somebody could actually acknowledge that you are making a contribution. And so it comes as a humbling thing when other women actually do this wonderful thing of saying, we thank you for walking the walk with us. That's all I can say for now.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. That was beautiful. Yeah, we will continue to walk the walk together. Like you said, yes, normally people like you and other, women and men who are supporting, the women empowerment work, doing all this, and sometimes we don't get the engagement or the recognition, or we get it, but in the wrong place or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's not even that a lot of us are looking for. So I salute you, man. Thank you, and God bless you for all you're doing. So now I'll now call my sister from Nigeria, although based in the UK, Mrs. Olayinka Fayomi. She's the chairman, Foreign Investment Network FIN in the UK. Nice to see you again, ma'am. You're most welcome, and congratulations. We celebrate you for all you're doing in uplifting women and all the work you're doing in the UK, in Nigeria, other parts of Africa, in I think you mentioned the last time, if I remember, in UAE, United Emirates, and so on. So well done. Kudos to you for all you're doing. So I know I saw you earlier. So Mrs. Fayomi, if you could unmute yourself and just say a few words for us. Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank Leading Women in Africa, which is being led by Madeline. I thank you very much for this opportunity. I thank you very much for the recognition. And more so, I thank all of the women here who have joined us today. All of the women here are here today because they support the fact that the future should be women. And what are we talking about? The future we expect should be led by women, not just putting men aside, no, but the mere fact that the way that our creators have made women, we think differently, we're able to do things simultaneously, concurrently, right? As against our other men, gender, they are unable to do what we can do. It's just the way we have been created. And now, what can women use all of these advantages to lead the future to a sustainable development for the world to be a better place. Sorry. So this is key. And I'm happy because you all have made time to come here. It is because you believe in it. I thank you very much for this award. I know that some of us women have found ourselves in situations where we have to think 2 times. And I happen to be one of those, because my life was like, I fell in love, got married to a diplomat, and suddenly I've been taken out of this country and finding myself in Brazil 40 years ago, at home as a housewife. And then I had to start to think out of the box. Thinking out of the box also confirms to us that as a woman, this is the way we were made, to think about how can it be better, or think alternatively, think differently as a housewife sitting at home. And I started to think, first things that came to my mind was, why would Brazil be so developed? I mean, I'm talking about 40, 41 years ago, 1980. And yet Africa is, we're still struggling. And I started to think, what can we do? What can we do? And I started talking to people at my free time. All the time was free for me anyway. And from there, from Brazil, we went to many other countries. We lived in so many other countries, including Zimbabwe, which is my second home. And in the process, I decided to promote the opportunities in Africa to all of these foreign people, because I started asking them, why can't Africa be like this? Why can't Nigeria be like this? And why I was in South Korea, we were living in South Korea, I had translated the opportunities in Africa, particularly Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria. So the language of the people. And while I was marketing and doing all of this, the Nigerian minister came to South Korea. She saw me and she said, look, young lady, can you join us as a pioneer staff to set up the Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission? Then I came in, it was like a joke. And that was how I was invited. And my local kitchen boardroom became executive boardroom. And this is a word for all women, that you can actually move yourself from the kitchen to the boardroom. Not because the kitchen is not important, but because also we want the women to lead the future. I thank you very much for recognizing me, and I thank you very much for attending and coordinating the women event at our event in Dubai. We are so pleased. We try to do what is best for us. The women, when you see women, it means something is sure. Women, anything women do and they put their hands, always come out right. I thank you very much for this award, and thank you, the coordinator. You are always doing your best. I look forward to meeting you in real life. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Fayomi. You're most welcome. Thank you for the wonderful words of encouragement and sharing your story, from Nigeria, Brazil, UK, Zimbabwe, South Korea, and so on and so forth. Wow. Yeah, Nigerians do travel, and you're one proving more of that. So well done for all you're doing. Like you said, thinking alternatively, is the key to some of what we're doing, and moving from not just being kitchen, but to the boardroom. And yes, we still hold our kitchen and our apron, even in the boardroom. It's fine. Thank you, ma'am, for that. So let me call our next awardee. I'm not sure whether she's here yet. I know some have been coming in and out, because all these people are busy people. So some have had to come in and go out. Councillor Fazia Pe, I don't know whether she's still here. She's the former deputy mayor of the eThekwini municipality, and she's the vice president of the Minara Chamber of Commerce, and she is based in South Africa. Another woman flying the flag for us in politics. So, Councillor, are you here? If you're here, if you could just unmute yourself, ma'am.
Hi, thank you very much. I just got in now, and I didn't have an opportunity to listen to all the other fantastic women out there. So I just walked in. I had to go and do a launch of business extravaganza, which is taking place in Durban at the moment. And all the way from India, one of the most fabulous, clothes and designs have come through. And anyway, I had to go and do that, and I'm on time. Thank you very much. I want to thank the leader, Madeline, for have acknowledged me today, and also you, Chairperson. And I wish I would have listened to all the other women. I am no more a counselor. I have given up that passion of politics, and I want to now get into business. And the last elections, I did not stand for elections, and I felt that about 27 years of my life I spent in politics, and I need to move away from that and see what other terrain that I can really put my fingers into, because I was in business, I would say 40 years ago. Before I got into politics, I had a restaurant and I did extremely well. So, and I was drawn into politics. So, yes, I feel that women have really excelled in their positions wherever they are. And of course, the progression depends on the individual. I always believe in that, and that of a collective society as well. So, you know, it's important that that we always uplift women, and so that they can pursue their successes, whether it's in politics or whether they are in business. And you know, if I had the opportunity of listening to all the impressive women that you had now who were given certificates, I would have loved to, you know, I'm sure there will be a tape video or something given to us. So I must stress that though that women are empowered these days, isn't about making women strong. We must remember that women are already strong. We are strong women. And you have raised your kids, you have made decisions at home. That's all politics. You learn your politics at home, and where the husband and all of us have a democratic right to take a decision at home, so that our children learn that it's not only the head of the house that's going to make the decision, but it's a matter of democracy, that we all sit around the table to say, do we need a fridge with the name of Whirlpool, or we are going to go for Frigidaire, and then the majority counts, and finally we look at the prices. So I think, yes, you have raised your kids, you have made decisions at home, you have went through your kids' changing personalities, your husband's demands, your mother-in-law's criticisms, of course. Yes, you are already very strong. That's what we must keep saying. And Chairperson, tell me when to stop, eh? So all I'm saying is, change the way you perceive that strength in you. And that's what I learned in politics. We have not learned to perceive our strength. We always want to be in the background. And I noticed that with all my, when I worked with all my heads of department, and if they were women, and if there's a board meeting, they all will clutter together right on the side of the table. Never come with a chest open and sit right next to a man, right there to say, I'm a decision maker. And I've said this over and over in all women's meetings at the municipality. So change is very important. We have not learned to perceive our strength. That's the main thing. So these professional speakers that you invited, I'm sure that aspect of women might have been really pushed forward with the experiences that they shared and the expertise they have. And these are cues how to lead our life. And so therefore it is for this reason that we say that most times, you know, we can change the injustices that are prevalent on women. And we understand the undeniable potential that women have towards changing their own economic status, as well as the communities they live in. there's a lot of challenges, you know, I must say. So every woman together today, I want you to know that your success is tied to the apron strings of your heart. And to that, if you are role models, look for role models if you want, and follow your passion. And if you can dream it, you can do it. Find the inspiration and stick to having clear goals in your mind. Of course, there will be challenges. Everyone has challenges in implementing these goals because success doesn't come easily. I can tell you, I worked with men, but I never felt that I was a woman within them. I felt I was a number. And I wanted to be treated that way, that if I had to say something, neither did I feel I'm an Indian. I felt that I'm one of them, a number sitting with them, and I need to be listened to. So if you are dedicated to working hard to achieve success, if you're willing to remove the stumbling blocks that are standing in your way, nothing is impossible. So do not be afraid to fail as well. So thank you, Chairperson. I think I have said enough because you're not stopping me. And I want to thank you once again.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. That was, I couldn't stop you there. Who am I to stop you? That was just so full of, you know, snippets and, you know, even though we hear it, you know, most of the time, but it's good to be reminded of it. You know, the fact that, you know, your journey, like you said, within politics is stopped, but then you're going back to business, which was what you were doing. But saying that, you know, I don't think your former words, you will never get rid of the name Chancellor. If you're from Nigeria, where I come from, that name will stick forever, whether you're in politics or not. But, you know, saying that, you know, there's a lot you'll still be bringing into the business world, you know, for women and using that politics experience that you've had. And I'm hoping, like you said, being role models, that you are bringing up, you know, more people as well, you know, within your network who can, you can nurture more, you know, can take the baton, you know, to continue. Thank you. Wow. Follow your passion, have clear goals, your success. Wow. There was just so many things in there. Thank you.
Thank
Definitely,
you so much.
we're going to be able to watch this because it's being recorded. So for those that have missed anything, the LWA will be sharing the link for the recording, you know, once we're done. So we will be able to watch on demand, you know, anytime, just to go and listen. I'm going to watch, to listen to some of all these lovely, powerful words from our elders and those who have been there, you know, before. So let me go on to our next awardee. I think is the only man. And I always love men like that, you know, where you are the minority, but at the same time you are the majority in a way. But thank you. Our man from South Africa is a transformational coach. He's the chair of the Eagles at Life, and his name is Mr. Will Zondo. I know I saw him earlier on, so I'm still hoping he's here, and it will be good to hear your voice. And congratulations and well done, you know, for all you're doing. You're the ones that are helping us women, and I'm sure a lot, you know, a few other men like you, you know, out there, you know, who are doing a lot for women, you know, in terms of empowering us within South Africa, Africa, the world as a whole. So Mr. Zondo, if you're there, if you could unmute yourself. Congratulations, we celebrate you, sir.
I must say it is an honor to be in the presence of power, in the presence of intellectual capability, in the presence of creativity, in the presence of possibilities, in the presence of fear. Step aside, we're here to move the world. Since I met Madam Madeleine, things have really been great. And Madam Madeleine, well done, you're doing a great job. You're moving mountains, and sometimes you don't even realize it until later on. But today you've taken the time to say to those that you've connected with and say, thank you, and we honor you. And so it is my honor to really accept with respect. You've taken the time to say, you will honor me, you honor my efforts. And so I've decided also to wear a doki to say, hey, let me. You know, so it's so powerful to do that. But before I finish, I just want to say, if you've never read a book called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, get it. The book is called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. It is one of the best and the powerful books. He has an interview with the devil. And so the devil is asking him a question. So how do you convince people to not be what they do? He says, no, it's very simple. The people that are very dangerous for me are in this platform, the women in this platform. Definiteness of plan and focus, that takes the devil out of your plate. So ladies, keep deafness in your plate, get focused, and thank you for giving me the opportunity. Miss Chair, we're doing a great job on Keep It Up, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on an event, not being an AMC. Thank you, Madam Melvin, and everyone else. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you. I love the Duke. I've been looking at it. I'm like, what is this? But I knew there must be a message there. But thank you. Wow. What a powerful intro, into us for women. Thank you for supporting us as women. Thank you so much, for taking the time, to be here, and for honoring us as well, to be here. And, like you said, Madam Madeleine is doing so much, she's moving mountains and she's probably not even aware of it. And, I'm just so blessed as well to have her, in my life. And I'm sure like we all do. So well done. Thank you. I love the Duke. I need to make a plan for something like that as well. And thank you for your kind words. And yes, that book, I need to look for it, Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. I haven't been reading much, I must confess. So, and reading is really very good. It's supposed to be really, really very good. So I'm going to try my best to look for this book and read it this year, at least. So that way I will know, I'll remember you when I'm reading it, that, wow, it was recommended by this special guy who came to the Future is Female to support all the women from all over the world. Thank you. We celebrate you, sir. And kudos to you for all you're doing. God bless. Now we're going to call upon Victoria Mamvura, and she's from Namibia. She is an accredited VET course facilitator, assessor, and moderator across industry and sectors. I think I did see her as well earlier on. So Madam Victoria, if you're here, please, I know we've met before. If you're here, please unmute yourself rather, so that we can just hear one or two words from you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm going to stick to the 1 minute provided. I'm really humbled and thankful for the honor you've given me. And yes, agreed in the last meeting last year that I should give a short report on the mentees who chose me to mentor them, Kedibone and Vivian. I think with Kedibone we are done. She's now a registered facilitator and assessor with the CATH Arts, Hospitality, Tourism and Sports Sector Education Training Authority. And she's now doing her lessons online. She's also now a member of the Skills Universe, where the assessors gather and share ideas. And with Vivian, we're still talking. We just talked also today, and we are still going on. Thank you.
Wow, wow, you're an action woman, Madam Vicky. Well done.
Wow. Definitely
I'm
action
impressed.
woman. Impressive.
You see, these are the ones who don't just do the talk, they walk the walk.
Exactly.
Well done.
Exactly.
For those who don't know, we spoke about this in one of the sessions last year about, 2 women, and she decided to mentor 2 women, and she's done that. And I think they approached that, they were keen on doing that. So well done. I can't wait to hear more about your work and what you're doing. And we hope to hear more success stories like that. So Madeleine, you hear her? Well done. So and kudos for all you're doing in Namibia. We'll continue to celebrate you. We'll continue to honor you, and all the other women who are doing so much. There's a lot of comments, in the chat room. I'm not ignoring them, but I will, maybe if we have time, because now I need to keep an eye on the time very well, because we still have to party. I need to make sure we party.
Okay,
So
just to add, Madam Kate,
Yes.
to add that Kate Bonnie is in Durban and
Okay.
Vivian is in Cape Town. So my mentees are both in South Africa, Durban and Cape Town.
There you go. There you go. You see?
Yeah, Kedi Bonnie has been very active. I've been seeing her. I've been in touch with her. Very, very active. Well done, Vicky. Well done, Vicky.
Well done. Very proud of you. Very, very well done. And that just shows you that, distance is not even an issue, wherever you are, you could impact lives, and make a difference and, help other women, as well. So well done. Thank you, ma'am, for all you're doing. Now we've got Vivian, who is in, I think maybe she's the one you're talking about. Am I right? I don't know, but let's see. She's been awarded a certificate of appreciation as well. She's the PDG for Little Steps College, Director for Miss African Culture, and she's based in South Africa and the DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo. If you're here, please unmute yourself so we can hear you talk. And I know I saw earlier, Miss Caroline Consulate, she did write things in French. So Madeleine, maybe you want to translate. I don't know whether she's here. She's supposed to be one of the awardees. So
yeah,
it's,
I think she had connection issues. She was
she
in
had
and
connection.
out.
Okay. Okay.
I think
So it's
Vivian
is
as
Vivian
well.
here?
I don't know if she's here.
Oh, okay.
She
So
was
she's
here.
probably not here. Okay, she was here. Okay. Well, we need to look into the network issue. Sometimes we can help it, sometimes we can't help it. But thank you for those who managed to get through and to stick to it. We're sorry for those who were unable to join, but we celebrate you, Madam Vivian. And then I'll quickly run through others that are supposed to be getting their award. Thank you, Sir Will Zondo. I know you have to leave for the next event. We're all very busy people, but next time you need to stay for the after party, please. So don't, make sure it doesn't conflict with your next program next time. But thank you, for being here. So we have other 8 awardees. We'll quickly run their certificates and I'll run their names if you're here. Oh, Caroline is here now. So Caroline, I saw Caroline just now.
Yeah.
Hello, Caroline. Okay, I think she's still having issues.
She is here.
Okay.
Caroline, you want to say something? Voulez dire un mot?
Merci beaucoup. Vraiment, je suis très heureuse d'être parmi vous. Je sais que l'Afrique vraiment a beaucoup d'opportunités.
Thank you. Let me translate. Okay, thank you. I'm so glad to be amongst you. Africa has so many opportunities.
Et surtout, avec les femmes fortes que je suis en train de voir ici, je sais qu'ensemble, nous pouvons faire à ce que nous allons de l'avant. Et avec le concours des Leading Women of Africa, c'est une plateforme vraiment panafricaine qui nous a vraiment réunis, qui est vraiment ici déjà au Congo, à Kinshasa, et beaucoup de femmes sont intéressées. Je pense que tout ce que nous allons faire doit aller de l'avant. Merci vraiment pour tout.
Thank you so much, especially to see strong women from across Africa. I believe that through Leading Women that has united all of us, we're going to achieve great stuff in Africa. Thank you.
Wow. Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup. Merci.
Merci. Don't allow me to speak more than that. If not, you will understand what I'm saying. But thank you and congratulations to you, Madam Caroline. Well done, for all you're doing. And thank you for supporting LWA with their work. And well done, with your work with the Chamber of Commerce in the DRC. God bless you. So now I'll quickly run through our Ds who are not here, but if you're here, please do let me know. We had Dr. Alenka, who is a founder and MD of Authentic Leadership Institute, Slovenia, which is based in Slovenia. Then we have Miss Kunyalala. She's the president of the Business Women Association. She's based in South Africa. Miss Edwidge Sosa, journalist, politics, and she's based in Cote d'Ivoire. Mrs. Kimayo, she's the chairperson for Tanzania Women CEO Roundtable, and she's based in Tanzania. And another male who is doing so much work, within the women industry is Ambassador Dr. Oyedokun Oyewole. He is the president, chairman, Governing Council Institute of Information Management, and he is based in Nigeria. Then we have Evelyn Suarez, the founder and MD of the Suarez firm USA. She was on one of the programs last year as well as a panelist. And we have Basebi Mosiyi. She is the deputy director of Spectrum Management with Bokra, based in Botswana. And last but not the least, another powerful young person who was a panelist member last year, Kalembe Nansalinda, who was a former presidential candidate in Uganda. Can you imagine a young female, young person who is, raising the bar? Yes, she didn't win, but the fact that she showed up, she stepped up. And, if you didn't watch her input last year, please go ask Madeline for the video, because
there is a video, yes.
Yes. So thank you. We celebrate all these amazing 8 people and all they're doing. We celebrate them. And if we haven't got an award today, like I said, it's not that we're not recognizing you. We celebrate you all, even for being here and staying till this time. Thank you. Thank you. We honor you and we celebrate you. Now I will hand over for the closing remark by the LWA president, Madam Madeline Nkunu. So please, then we will have to dance. You all are not going anywhere. I'm going to block you. So don't worry, you don't need to get up. I will get up to do the get up bit. But the one we're going to do, if you feel like getting up, get up. I will start with don't worry, I won't tell you about it. So over to you, Madeline.
Great. Okay, now I think just 1 minute, we're running out of time, but I think let me just announce something. We've been talking with Comrade Gwyn for a long time about living a legacy. Comrade Gwyn have been part of some leadership program we've been running before COVID, where we've been having members of parliament, politicians from around Africa, and we've been discussing issues that Africa is facing. And she kept saying, like she said today, and I would just highlight few of her sayings, where she said that the future has always been female. Where did we go wrong? It's always. So from the past, she's been telling us the stories of the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, how women continue to basically spearhead some of the spheres. She's just confirming that the future has always been female. Where did we go wrong? And I think she says so many things, but one thing that I would like here to basically announce that we've been talking with her before about a mentorship program for women politicians. So today, it's actually that day. Comrade Gwyn, I think you're still here. We are launching that program where once a month, we're gonna call on women politicians from around Africa and the world to learn from you, to learn from your experiences, so that we can pass that baton of leadership to the next generation. That is the project. It's actually, we've been talking about it with Comrade Green, and today is actually the day that we see that we now need to take action. And I think Vicky have just taught us that we cannot continue talking. We need to take actions. So mentorship for women politicians is starting now, and some politicians are here. Councillor Fawzia, you here as much as you back in business, but you have so much to pass on to the next generation. So we will call on you, we will call all the politicians, the retired politicians, to come and mentor the next generation of women politicians that will take Africa to a better place. Thank you so much. That is the last announcement. Over to you, Mama Kay, as we celebrate even the new project of Women in Politics Mentorship Program.
Yeah, no, that it's so good to hear. And the fact that it's an action plan is you know, I like things where it's not just about us talking, but something, you know, comes out of it. So I'm glad that, you know, Sis Gwen, Comrade Gwen, Malongo will be leading us, you know, with this, with our colleagues, whether they're still in politics or not, but those who can help us, you know, to do that. So we will be watching out. And this will be open for all Africa, correct?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay.
And even
so, and there might be
opportunity some politicians from outside Africa, so we can learn from their experience.
I was just going to say, because that is important as well. And we need, even though some of us don't like politics, I included, but we need to make sure we are in it, or, you know, we don't stand behind the fence or stand on the fence and be saying our politicians or whatever. We need to get our voices heard. So even if I can't do it, we can support those who can. So if you can't, we can support those who can. So we have Doris Wanza had her hand up. So I think she wanted to say something. Rabia, thanks for letting me see that. So if she still wants to, just a minute, you know, and then we will be officially close to just do the fun bit, but don't go. I'm counting. I'm watching how many people are still here. So don't go yet. We will just spend about 10, 15 minutes. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much.
So Doris Wanza. Okay.
Thank you so very much, Madam Moderator. Let me also say you've done a fantastic job. Thank you. So the comment which I'm going to try and just squeeze in very quickly is, first and foremost, I would like to congratulate our President, Madeleine. You're always so humble and so effective. So we have a big hands up to you. Thank you. The comment which I needed to share with all of us on this platform is that there's such a powerhouse of intellectuals and powerful women here. And the fact is, please let us remember that we represent only about 5% of the women in Africa. The thing is, there's that 95% who are actually the engine drivers of the economies in Africa. And those 95% don't have an opportunity to speak on the panels. They don't have an opportunity to attend meetings and all those things. We are their voice. So what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to nudge the LWA into a more, a position of advocacy. How do I mean? As you know, we've got the African Union. And as you know, we've got the free trade area. The free trade area has left out quite a lot of things that can benefit women, especially those that are left out of the value chains. As you know, in July, the African Union is celebrating its 20th anniversary in Lusaka. And I really would love for us to not only be talking with all the powerhouse here, if we can come together and begin to lobby the African Union, I am absolutely sure Madam President, that something would begin to happen to move away from the dependence on the Western world, to make them, our presidents, national presidents, understand that Africa will develop Africa, and the women must lead in this. They must lead to drive the Pan-African trade, among women, and also to bring back our pride as Africans, because the Western world needs us more than we need them. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you so much, Madam Doris. That was important to highlight and to bring up. Well, over to you, Madeleine. You keep bringing these women on, and not just you alone. We're all part of
Doris
it, but I
actually
just say,
represents us in Zambia. She's the RWA Zambia. She's trying to build a platform there. So
Right.
we really
Awesome.
hope that with the energy that she has, Zambia will be moving forward now.
Awesome. But in terms of advocacy, like she said, the lobbying bid to the African Union, we've got lots of powerful women here. Some have left and some, attended previous events as well, from across Africa, and men as well, not just women. So, but the men who are he for she, as we call them, who are always supporting, women empowerment and getting our voices out there. So another one, for you. More thing, thank you, Will Zunder, my brother, for sharing your details in the chat room. Please, yes, this is important. Remember, this is about networking, like Professor Danica reminded us. So, and she's going to definitely, that's another action point. So she's going to run a networking session, for us. So share your details, there, make connections with those you want to make connections with. We've got people, Tanzania, Zambia, Nigeria, UK, Pakistan, Slovenia, South Africa, wow, Zimbabwe, women from all across, Botswana, thank you all. It just shows us that, yes, there's so much we can do, if we set our mind to it and if we believe in ourselves. So thank you for everything and everyone. I'm just going to close officially, but that's it. So now we're going to wear our party dress. Unless there's anything, if you have any more questions or any comment, put it in the chat room, because we can always go back to it, to see what it is about, or message LWA through Madam Madeleine Nkuno. If you haven't got their details, she will share her details in the chat room as well shortly. You can go to their Facebook page, their website, their Instagram. Thank you, Rabia, for sharing your details. Yeah, this is what this is about. Please share your details. You never know. You might not need it, but you might know somebody else that might need it or that it will benefit. So it is important that we network, we keep networking and follow up on them. Be intentional about following up on them. So I'm still learning, but I'll get there eventually. So please, let's, network and celebrate each other. So now we're just going to, I know it's 6:30, we're officially closed. This is the after party. I won't let it go more than 15 minutes because I've got a busy weekend as well. So, but what we're going to do, don't start going away on me. It's just going to be few things that we're going to do just to let off the steam. We've been talking, all day, and I love dancing. So I didn't prepare a lot. So we're just going to do a few dance steps. That's all we're going to do. We will need to have this party here, Madeleine, especially because this my after party keeps suffering each time. So we will need to have a day for party only. We will start with the party.
That's fine.
To celebrate, to just, be there where maybe, we could be getting Rabia to teach us some, steps in Pakistan, some things, talk about the culture.
Yeah, like this.
We need to be, we need to be talking more about things like that to calm down as well sometimes. So now we're going to have music now. Has my music started? I know. Okay, so, right, before the music starts, music off, please. I'm trying to speak to John, our technical person. Music, no music for now. Oh, there's somebody sharing something. It's not the one. Okay. Can we get people? Okay, I think I'll mute. Let me see. Okay, I've muted the person. Okay. So now we're going to hear music. We're just going to play two songs because we don't have much time. So we're just going to play 2 songs. And what we're going to do, sorry, I'm going to be partial. One of it is a Nigerian song, but it's because it's gone viral. So that's why I'm going to share it, not because of anything. It's being played in US and everywhere else. So we're going to do some dance steps. So what I'm going to need is, if you're being spotlight, I don't know whether you will see when you're being spotlight. If you're being spotlight, or I'll call a name. So I'll just need you to, using your hand, so that we keep it simple. Using your hand, just give us some dance move using your hands, and everybody needs to follow you to do that. So that's for the, what's it called? For both of them. The other song is Jerusalema. The first one is, I don't even know the title of the song, but Bam Bam or something like that. It's a very catchy song. So we're going to do, and I'll lead first, and I'll just need you guys, if I call your name, you know, to follow and do whatever. And I might get carried away. I might stand up. It's okay. Don't worry. Just ignore. If you can't get carried away, you can just stand up.
I'm so excited.
That's good, right? So, I mean, Africa, when we dance, we always dance telling a story. I used to teach dance in UK. So that's why this is my own passion, and, you know, I love doing it. So we always use dance to tell a story. So either a story of, you know, whereby you're going to the market, or a celebrating thing, or you're sad, or you're sleeping, or you're beating a drum, or so think of various things that women do and so on that you can use to tell a story as well. So that's what I'm telling you. So think of, I think everybody should put on their camera. Yeah, exactly, please. Yeah, thank you, Ravia. Everybody should put their camera so that we can celebrate one another.
It looks like Rabia is a party girl as well, like you. Huh?
I know, right? so now, you know, when we're sad in Africa, we dance. When we're happy, we dance. So that's what we want to do today. We just want to use mostly our hand for dancing this time, on your head. Anything up here. That's what I'm asking you to do, so that we keep it simple. So we will have, which one should we? Let's do Jerusalem first. Let's go to South Africa. So I will start. So I'm waiting for a DJ from technical person to start the music. But like I said, you have to do what, okay. So I'm using my shoulders.
Jerusalem,
and you have to be smiling. Okay. Now I'm going to pretend we're getting something from up there. Oh, go, Madeline. Okay, I'm passing to Miss Rabia. Your turn now, Rabia. We're going to follow you, Rabia. Okay, we go to Vivian. Next Vivian. Let's see Vivian. Okay, we get the spotlight on Vivian.
dawo yami ayikholana buso wami
Now we go to Miss
awukholana
Johnson. Miss Johnson.
ilondoloze
Come on, short what you got.
zuhambe nami dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze
Now we go to Mrs. Fire. All the way to Mrs. Fire, let's see. Mrs. Fire, where we see no. Nothing no. Okay, let's see. I love videos. Okay. Oh,
Jerusalema ikayalami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema ikayalami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami
See, Mama K.
Mama K.
Yes, she loves the party.
One more.
Mama K,
Well
Mama
done,
K.
well
One more. Last one. Okay. We're doing it for 2 minutes.
One more.
Mama K.
Mama K,
Oh, yeah, man, amen, I can't take back hearing. DJ give me now your cool hearing. Let me tell them how the thing goes. How the thing goes. Okay, okay. Shebi make a tamua. Say my pikina go join God. You want to bamba? You wanna chill with the big boys? Now you the wrong, get the kitty, you the wrong, get enough to drink with a drop cup. Hey, so you see how the thing goes? How the thing goes? Oh, you tell me who blend you? And who?
Okay.
All right, take it easy and let's play some behind the scenes. Okay.
Okay, let's get good now.
This one of is over, no we can't use. Go school, you go the fam tools. And all the parameters that you want the farm to. See, even your papa not to save you. All the calamity when they pick it down too. Man, all the niggas don't find you. Because that nigga when you play on my don't move. Oh boy, don't move. Ha, hey, come on, let's go. Shebi make a tamua. Say my kid go join God.
ये अभी मैं शेयर करती हूँ अब्बू आप
Woo!
Yay!
Give yourselves a round of applause. I would like to say,
What an
merci
energy.
beaucoup. Shukran to all of you. Baya Danke, Baya Danke, Nkosi, thank you. Eshekukwa. Wow, what else can I say? It's so much. Thank you and well done. Till next time, it's been a blast. Well done, Chilete. Good to see your face.